Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jared Rogers, Wilson Rogers and Company. Today is April the 15th, and in a normal year, this would be the end of tax season. But in the midst of COVID-19, not happening. So what that means is it's just another day in Bizarro world. So wanted to give you some information in case you've been living under a rock, or just needed to know what the new deadlines are. I'm going to give you all that stuff. So everybody should be aware that the new filing deadline at the federal level, and all the states have also usually moved lockstep, is July the 15th, 2020. So that means that you have until July the 15th, 2020 in order to file your taxes and be considered on time. The IRS is suspending payments, interest, penalties, all that good stuff until the July 15th deadline. So you have up until that time in order to file your tax return. If you think you owe, as I always say, go ahead and file early, because then you can game plan against that balance. Those of you that are self-employed or make estimated payments, the estimated payment deadline of the Q1 which is usually due April the 15th, and then the other one, which is due in the second quarter payment, have also been moved to July the 15th. So those are all suspended. The IRS has also suspended collections activity. So those of you that have balances and installment agreements and payment plans, all that stuff is suspended at the moment. The other thing that was suspended, 2016, if you were owed a refund from 2016, the deadline to file that return usually would have been April the 15th. Guess what? You get 90 more days. So it's been moved to July 15th as well. So hey, if you haven't filed that 2018 return and you're owed a refund, 2016 return and you're owed a refund, go ahead and do that now. A couple of things to know about IRS operations. Paper returns are not being processed. So if you're mailing in a return, it's just going in a warehouse and it's just sitting somewhere. So it's not going to be processed or worked until after, the IRS kind of lifts their shutdown. There's no phone support. All the fax lines are shut down as well. So basically, nobody's home at the IRS, which is a good thing if you owe, but it's not if you're trying to get help. Otherwise, you're going to have to go to irs.gov and use the resources there. If you needed tax documents to file a return, your best bet is the Get Transcript tool at irs.gov, because once again, you can't file or fax any information and get phone support to get those documents. All right, the stimulus. So if you think that you are eligible for a stimulus payment, meaning if you are single, making less than $75,000, not more than $99,000, and if you are married filing joint, making less than $150,000, and I think it's $199 that it phases out at, you're eligible for a stimulus payment. You have to file a 2018 or 2019 return in order to get that payment, unless you only get Social Security benefits, in which they know how to find you and send you your payment. But you have to file either a 2018 or a 2019 return. So if you have not filed that return, go ahead. And if you need somebody who can do that for you, then why don't you kind of call us? Because yes, we can help you out with that. For those looking for information on the stimulus payments, I'm gonna show you something right quick. All right. So what you'll want to do is, you can go to irs.gov and type in coronavirus. And if you do that, it's going to take you to a website where it discusses the actual payments themselves. And then there's a brand new little tool. It's going to be a little hard to see. There's a brand new little tool right there. Might be able to see it right here. It says Get My Payment. So if you click on that, it takes you you can check on the status of your economic payment or your stimulus payment. And then of course it says right here, didn't file a return in 2018 or 19. They're gonna want you to do that, so that's where you can get information on stimulus payments. Once again, irs.gov /coronavirus. And then if you put in irs.gov /coronavirus /economic impact payments, you can get the information on that. Lastly, if you are financially hurt by the pandemic, the first thing is, if you're an individual and you are laid off, I recommend going and applying for unemployment. The state systems are inundated, but go ahead and do that. If you are a business, there are two options that you can apply for. They're loans. The first one is the Economic Injury Disaster Loan, or EIDL. That is done by the Small Business Administration, or the SBA. So you can go to sba.gov or just Google EIDL loan, and you can apply for that. This is the one where they were talking about the $10,000 advance. It's actually $1,000 being advanced for every employee up to $10,000 total. Okay. And then there's the Paycheck Protection Program, or the PPP. That is where if you have employees in payroll and you want to apply for a loan to keep them on, you can receive approximately 2.5 times your average monthly payroll cost. So that's another option. That's applied through your bank. So if you have a bank account for your business, you would just simply talk to a loan officer, or someone there. And then lastly, it is April 15th. So guess what that means? That means we're not running season hours anymore. But wait, Jared, the deadline isn't until July the 15th. Aren't you going to be open? Yes, we will. Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. And we have virtual options to service you. Many of you all know about our portal. And if you do need to meet in person, then I will be masked up. But needless to say, make sure that you protect yourself and protect those that are around you. We're here to help you. Happy April the 15th, everyone. And we'll see you on the other side. Be well, be safe. Talk to you guys later.